Think being frugal is something to be ashamed of? Think again. In a world that's constantly telling you to spend, 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 it's easy to feel like you're doing something wrong by trying to save a buck. People might call you cheap, stingy, or a penny pincher, but let me tell you, there's a huge difference between being cheap and being financially intelligent. Today, we're going to flip the script on financial shaming. We're breaking down 10 common money-saving habits Americans are ridiculed for, and showing you why these so-called frugal behaviors are actually smart wealth moves. Let's get into the 10 frugal habits that build wealth. Forget the haters. Your bank account will thank you. Let's get started. Couponing gets a bad rap, but let's be real. Who isn't trying to save money on groceries? With digital apps like Rakuten, Ibotta, or Honey, saving is easier than ever. It's not about spending hours for tiny discounts. It's about cutting your biggest expenses with a few clicks. If you save $30 a week, that's over $1,500 a year. Money you could invest and grow. The quietly wealthy know. Couponing isn't desperation, it's smart. Download a few apps and start paying yourself first, right at the grocery store. Coming in at number 2 is another habit that gets unfairly judged is thrift shopping. A lot of people turn their noses up at the idea of buying secondhand. They imagine dusty, cluttered stores filled with junk. But anyone who actually thrifts knows that's far from the truth. Thrifting is like a treasure hunt where the prize is high quality, unique items at a ridiculously low price. We're talking about designer clothes with the tags still on. Solid wood furniture that's better made than anything you can buy at a big box store today, and so much more. The financial benefits are just staggering. Why would you pay $80 for a brand new pair of jeans when you can find a barely worn pair from the same brand for $10 at a Goodwill or a local consignment shop? That's a $70 savings on a single item. Apply that logic to your entire wardrobe, your furniture, your home decor, and you're looking at thousands of dollars in savings every single year. This isn't about being cheap. It's about refusing to pay the massive retail markup for brand new items that lose a huge chunk of their value the second you walk out of the store. Beyond the obvious savings, there's a massive quality advantage. A lot of older items, especially furniture and clothing, were made to last. The craftsmanship and materials are often far superior to the fast fashion and particle board furniture that's mass-produced today. You can find items with real character and durability, so you're not just saving money, you're often getting a better, longer-lasting product. It's the ultimate win-win. You pay less for more quality. And let's not forget the environmental aspect. The fast fashion industry is one of the biggest polluters on the planet. Every time you buy something secondhand, you're preventing that item from ending up in a landfill and reducing the demand for new production. It's a conscious choice to participate in a more sustainable, circular economy. You're literally saving the planet while saving your money. How can anyone argue with that? It's a powerful statement against our throwaway culture. So it's time to reframe thrift shopping. It's not about buying other people's cast-offs. It's about being a savvy consumer who recognizes value, quality, and sustainability. It's about curating a unique style and home without going into debt. The wealthy understand the principle of asset acquisition at a discount, and that's exactly what thrifting is. You're acquiring assets, be it a great coat or a solid oak table, for a fraction of their market value. That's not cheap, that's brilliant. Cars are the biggest money pit for most Americans. Our culture says you need the newest, shiniest car. But the truth is, driving a reliable, paid-off used car is the real wealth hack. The person with the 10-year-old Honda or Toyota is likely building wealth, while the new car owner loses thousands to depreciation and payments. No monthly payments means more money to invest. Invest what you save, and you could have over $50,000 in 5 years. This one habit can be the difference between retiring a millionaire and working into your 70s. Let's move into the kitchen for our 4th habit, meal prepping. This is another one that, honestly, gets a reputation for being extreme or obsessive. People picture endless rows of identical plastic containers filled with bland chicken and broccoli. But that's a total misconception. Meal prepping is simply the act of planning and preparing your meals in advance, and it is one of the most effective ways to take control of both your health and your finances. The financial impact is truly enormous. Think about the alternative. You're tired after a long day of work. You have no plan for dinner. What do? You grab takeout, you order from DoorDash, or you go out to a restaurant. A single meal for one person can easily cost $15 to $25. Do that just 3 times a week, and you're spending upwards of $300 a month on convenience. On the other hand, the ingredients for a week's worth of healthy home-cooked lunches might cost you just $30 total. That's a savings of over $200 a month, or $2,400 a year. The savings don't just come from avoiding expensive restaurant meals. Meal prepping drastically reduces food waste. When you go to the grocery store with a specific plan and a list, you buy only what you need. You're not just randomly grabbing vegetables that will end up rotting in the bottom of your fridge. The average American family throws away about $1,500 worth of food each year. Meal prepping all but eliminates that waste because every ingredient has a purpose. Beyond the financial aspect, meal prepping saves you an incredible amount of time and mental energy during the week. That decision fatigue of what's for dinner is gone. You come home and a delicious, healthy meal is ready to be heated up in minutes. This frees up your evenings to relax, spend time with family, or work on a side hustle. You're buying back your time, which is your most valuable asset. It's an investment in your well-being. And let's bust the myth that meal-prepped food has to be boring. There are millions of recipes online for every kind of cuisine imaginable. You can prep components, like cooked grains, roasted vegetables, and grilled proteins, and then assemble them in different ways throughout the week to keep things interesting. One day it's a burrito bowl, the next it's a salad, the next it's a stir-fry. It's about being strategic, not about being repetitive. It's a system for financial and personal efficiency. Next up, let's talk about getting your hands a little dirty with DIY home repairs. In our hyper-specialized world, we're taught to call a professional for every little thing that goes wrong. A leaky faucet, a running toilet, a small hole in the drywall. The immediate instinct is to pick up the phone and pay someone else to handle it. This convenience comes at a huge cost. What might be a $5 part and 30 minutes of your time can easily turn into a $200 bill from a handyman or plumber. The secret is that most common home repairs are surprisingly easy to do yourself. Thanks to YouTube University, there is a step-by-step tutorial for literally anything you can imagine. You can learn how to fix a garbage disposal, replace a light fixture, patch drywall, or even change the oil in your car. All it takes is a little bit of patience and a willingness to learn a new skill. The feeling of satisfaction you get from fixing something with your own 2 hands is a massive bonus. Think about the compounding effect of these savings. Let's say you avoid just 4 small professional service calls a year, saving an average of $150 each time. That's $600 in your pocket. But it's more than that. As you build your skills, you gain the confidence to take on bigger projects. Maybe next you learn to paint a room yourself, saving over $1,000. Then you learn to install a new floor, saving several thousand more. These are real, tangible savings that can be redirected towards your investments or paying down debt. This isn't to say you should be rewiring your entire house or replumbing your bathroom if you're not qualified. The key is to know your limits and to start small. But for the vast majority of minor issues, the only barrier is a psychological one. We've been conditioned to think we're not capable. Breaking through that mindset is incredibly empowering. You begin to see yourself as a producer and a problem solver, not just a consumer. Investing in a basic set of tools is one of the best financial decisions you can make. A good drill, a set of wrenches, and some screwdrivers will pay for themselves many times over. Every time you successfully complete a DIY project, you're not just saving money in that moment. You're building human capital. You're acquiring a skill that will serve you for the rest of your life. That's a return on investment you can't get anywhere else. Let's tackle a habit that's often associated with city living but has financial wisdom for everyone: using public transportation. For many, choosing to take the bus, subway, or train is seen as a less desirable option, a step down from the freedom of having your own car. But financially speaking, it can be an absolute power move. The costs associated with owning and operating a car, especially for a daily commute, are astronomical when you actually add them all up. Let's do some quick math. The average American spends over $10,000 a year on their car between payments, gas, insurance, maintenance, and parking. That's over $800 a month. Now, compare that to the cost of a monthly public transit pass, which in most major cities is somewhere between $100 and $150. Right there, you're looking at a potential savings of around $700 a month, or $8,400 a year. That's a life-changing amount of money that can be used to supercharge your savings and investments. But the benefits go way beyond the direct cost savings. Think about the time you spend commuting. If you're driving, you're stuck in traffic, stressed out, and your time is completely unproductive. On a bus or a train, that commute time is transformed. You can read a book, listen to a podcast, catch up on emails, or even get some work done for your side hustle. You are literally turning wasted time into productive, valuable time. It's like adding an extra hour of productivity to your day. There's also the significant reduction in stress. Navigating rush hour traffic, dealing with aggressive drivers, and searching for parking is a major source of daily anxiety for millions of people. Opting for public transit allows you to sit back, relax, and let someone else do the driving. This can have a profound positive impact on your mental health and overall well-being, which is a form of wealth in itself. Of course, this option isn't available or practical for everyone, depending on where you live. But if you do live in an area with a decent public transit system, it's worth seriously considering, even if it's just a few days a week. You could potentially become a one-car household instead of two, which would unlock massive savings. It's about challenging the default assumption that everyone needs their own car for everything. Being smart with money means evaluating all your options and choosing the one that is most efficient, not just the one that is most conventional. Buying in bulk, what I call the Costco Effect, isn't just for big families or doomsday preppers. It's a smart way for anyone to save money on everyday essentials. When you buy larger quantities, your per-unit cost drops, sometimes by half. But be strategic. Stick to non-perishables or freezable items you'll actually use. If storage is tight, split bulk buys with friends or neighbors. Plan ahead, avoid impulse buys, and watch your savings add up, one smart purchase at a time. All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful and yet most resisted money-saving habits: avoiding brand names and embracing generic or store-brand products. Decades of brilliant marketing have conditioned us to believe that the well-known brand name on the package is a guarantee of superior quality. We instinctively reach for the Tide, the Heinz, the Kellogg's, assuming that the generic version next to it is somehow inferior. This is one of the most expensive assumptions you can make. The truth is, in many, many cases, the store brand product is chemically identical to the brand name product. Sometimes they're even made in the exact same factory on the same production line. The only real difference is the label and the price. You are paying a significant premium, often 20 to 40% more, for the company's advertising budget and the fancy packaging. That's it. You're not paying for a better product, you're paying for their marketing. Let's take a common example: over-the-counter medication. The active ingredient in Tylenol is acetaminophen. The active ingredient in the generic store brand version is also acetaminophen, in the exact same dosage. The FDA has strict regulations ensuring that generic drugs are bioequivalent to their brand name counterparts. Yet, Tylenol can cost twice as much. The same principle applies to pantry staples like flour, sugar, salt, canned vegetables, and cleaning supplies. The ingredients are often identical. The smart approach is to be a brand agnostic. Don't be loyal to a corporation, be loyal to your wallet. The next time you go shopping, make a conscious effort to try the store brand of a few items you normally buy. Do a blind taste test at home with your family. You will be shocked at how often you can't tell the difference, or even prefer the generic version. For every product where you can't tell the difference, you've just unlocked a permanent, recurring saving in your budget. This one shift in behavior can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year on your grocery bill without any sacrifice in quality or lifestyle. It's about being a conscious consumer who makes decisions based on value, not on advertising. Let the other shoppers pay the brand tax. You, the savvy wealth builder, will quietly take the savings and put it to work for you. It's one of the easiest and most impactful cheap habits you can adopt. Negotiating your bills might feel uncomfortable, but it's pure financial gold. Most people accept prices for things like cable, cell phone, or insurance as fixed. But many companies are willing to lower your bill if you just ask. A simple, polite call can unlock real savings. Mention you're a loyal customer, reference a competitor's offer, and ask, "Is there anything you can do to lower my bill?" Don't leave free money on the table. Advocate for yourself and watch your savings grow. Our final habit is the ultimate expression of financial intelligence and creativity, reusing and repurposing items. In our consumer-driven throwaway society, the default behavior is to use something once and then toss it in the trash. We buy disposable plates for parties, use paper towels for every spill, and throw out old furniture or clothes without a second thought. This habit challenges that mindset at its core. It's about seeing the potential value in things that others would consider garbage. This goes beyond just recycling. It's about finding a new life for an object. That old t-shirt with a stain on it? It can be cut up into cleaning rags, saving you money on paper towels. Those glass pasta sauce jars? They can be washed and used as stylish containers for storing grains, nuts, or leftovers, saving you money on Tupperware. An old wobbly bookshelf can be reinforced and painted to become a beautiful plant stand. It's about looking at an object and asking, what else could this be? The financial savings from this habit can be subtle, but they add up over time. Every time you reuse something, you avoid the cost of buying a new replacement. Saving $5 here on cleaning rags and $10 there on storage containers might not seem like much, but it's a constant low-level stream of savings that trickles back into your budget. It's a mindset of resourcefulness that permeates all of your financial decisions. Moreover, this habit fosters incredible creativity and problem-solving skills. It forces you to think outside the box and find innovative solutions with the resources you already have. This is the same mindset that helps entrepreneurs build businesses from scratch and helps investors find value where others don't see it. It's a powerful mental muscle to develop. There's a deep sense of pride and accomplishment in turning trash into something useful and beautiful. So before you throw something away, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if it can be repaired, repurposed, or given a second life. This isn't about being a hoarder. It's about being a resourceful steward of your money and the environment. It's the ultimate rejection of mindless consumerism. This habit, perhaps more than any other, is a clear signal that you value what you have and are smart enough to make the most of it. A true hallmark of someone who is quietly building wealth. So, there you have it. 10 frugal habits that are actually brilliant wealth-building strategies in disguise. The next time someone teases you for being frugal, you can just smile, knowing your net worth is growing while theirs is likely shrinking. Remember, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It's the sum of all the small, smart decisions you make day after day. By adopting even a few of these habits, you can dramatically change your financial trajectory, reduce stress, and create more freedom and options in your life. Your future self will thank you for it. Thank you so much for watching Building Wealth Today TV. If you found this video helpful, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps the channel out. Don't forget to like, comment with your favorite money-saving habit, and subscribe for more practical money tips every week. See you in the next video.